what are some of the mistakes that you made early on in your career, or maybe not so early on in your career, that you would have others avoid as they're getting ready to launch a law firm?
Yeah, I think that it does go back to some of what we just talked about. It's the having quick feedback loops of when I don't know something because it's going to happen, particularly earlier on. It's reaching out. It's reaching out for help or just admitting that, and um, I think that that's been one. Um, Other mistakes. Gee, I think in our profession, you can't over communicate, and I think as the lack of, gee, if I don't think I have something meaningful to tell, if it was when I was an associate, one of the partners, or if it's a client, I don't have a meaningful update. I think just having sometimes clients just want to know that you hear them. They don't always need an answer right away. So having quicker communication, over communicating is something I would have probably done earlier. And then, like we mentioned earlier, the nobody really teaches you the practice of law when you're in law school. So the figuring out earlier that I need to be proactive. Part of what we're doing if we're in the private practice of law is, it's inherently relational, but it's also it's client interfacing, and as much as I don't want to say it's selling, what we're selling our legal services, and if people don't know you're there, how are they going to know that you're the one that can add value to their lives and solve their problems? And so earlier on, it would be just step out, be more proactive. People aren't going to be looking for you. You've got to make sure that they know that you're there and you are there to help.
And so much good stuff there, Jeshua. And Thomas, can I pick his brain on the LinkedIn thing here real quick?
Go for it.
So one of the ways I've watched you from afar, if you will, is through the LinkedIn platform and read a lot of the things that you're there. And we were talking just before we started recording that I was like, my goodness, I feel a little inadequate because the followers or whatever on your page are much higher than they are on my page. And you had mentioned something that was intentional. There was a focus that you did to that. So walk us through a little bit about, in light of what you were just telling us in terms of having that confidence to be out and in front, how did that work specifically through the LinkedIn platform?
That's amazing. Do you set aside time throughout the week to do LinkedIn? That's wonderful. That is fantastic. Yeah, I think Seth and I have always talked about what do we have to do to grow a law practice, and so much of it is getting out there, shaking hands, getting to know people. I've talked a few times on the podcast about, I used to go to Business Network breakfast and have, eat pancakes every single Tuesday, that kind of thing, just to get my name out there, and to get the phone ringing. If your phone's not ringing and you don't have any work to do, you got to get out of the office and start doing stuff.